Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm so delighted to be here at this time to be having this conversation with all of you. We have quite a number of people who registered to be part of this session. Right now, we have about 47 people that have joined in. So I would like to ask that if you don't mind, we'll just give a few more minutes, between 3 to 5 minutes, or about 3 minutes really, for other people to join us before we proceed. So in another 3 minutes, counting down now, we will get started and all others will join us afterwards. If you can hear me, please let me know by typing in the chat room and say, yes, I hear you, Michael. Okay, guys, so in a few minutes, 3 minutes time, we will get started. Let's just allow for other people to join us from wherever they are. Thank you.
Sancho yẹn. You mẹ́ta ló ń lọ Europa ní Kenya. Spain. Spain. Yep. Look at all the Premiership number. Automatically.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that it is time for us to continue with our program. So I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have taken time out to commit to being part of the judges. We're excited to have you. Together, we are creating history. This is the first time ever we will host our national competition online, and we keep learning as we make progress. In the early days of the coronavirus, none of us would have imagined that we would have this event online. But here we are, and we are embarking on the very first activity for the national competition. So I want to thank all of you judges who have signed up. As you can see, so far, this is the largest number of judges that have registered to be on the national competition in the past few years. We have a total of 158 C-suite executives registered to judge. For opening round, we have about 58. For semi-final round, we have 52, and the final round, we have 48. And the numbers keep increasing. Only yesterday, we added someone else who reached out to say, oh, I would like to be part of this as well. But what is even more interesting is that we have 11 Enactus Nigeria alumni today serving as judges as well. So special congratulations to all of you alumni. Today, your role as a judge is very important to us, and therefore we appreciate all that you're going to be doing as a judge over the next, during the national competition, which is not Wednesday and Thursday next week, depending on which league you are judging. So a special thank you to all of you judges from on behalf of the Enactus Network in Nigeria, from the students, the board members, the faculty advisors, and everyone. There are going to be 4 stages of the competition. 3 stages of the competition. We have the opening round competition, we have the semi-final round, and the final round. Now, for the opening round, we have 4 teams, and there will be either 4 or 5 teams in each of the 4 leagues. This is because we have a total of okay, so I'm getting feedback to say that some people cannot hear me. Okay. So some people cannot hear, but some people can hear us clearly. Please, if anyone can hear me very clearly, please indicate that and say, yes, I hear you very clearly. Okay. Okay, great. So quite a number of people can hear me very clearly. Great, thank you very much. Thank you to all of you who have responded to that. So if you cannot hear me, it must be with your login settings. It must be with your the sound setting on your system. We can take a 10 seconds break to allow you to connect quickly so that you can all hear me. Great. So you may need, if you still can't hear me, you may need to quickly log out and then log back in, and then by that time you should hear me clearly. Thank you very much. So going back to the conversation, I was talking about the structure of the national competition. So this year we have 18 Enactus teams that have qualified to participate in this year's national competition. And then we have 4 leagues. So this means that there will be 2 leagues of 5 teams each in the opening round, and there will be 2 leagues of 4 teams each. So in the opening round, we have 4 leagues. At the semi-final round level, there will be 8 teams split into 2 different leagues of 4 teams per league. Now, from the opening round, only 2 teams per league will advance to the semi-final round. And since there are 4 leagues in the opening round and 2 teams advancing, that makes a total of 8 teams at the semi-final round level. At the semi-final round level, we will then have 2 leagues, and there will be 4 teams in each league. This 4 teams in each league will compete, and at the end of the day, we will have 2 teams advancing from each of these 2 leagues to the final round. Therefore, we will have 4 teams at the final round. Okay, so thank you, Utibe. I just saw your message. Tade, please take care of this. Just type in the chat room what people need to do to hear me very well. Okay, Tade, go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we have the final 4 teams at the final round. So depending on which league you are registered to judge, you will either at the opening round, if you are an opening round judge, you will either have 5 teams in your league or 4 teams in your league. Moving on, I'm going to play a short video now that will talk about the judging criterion as we usually do. And then after the video, it's a very short video. After the video, we would then carry on with the presentation and then review the criteria in view of 2020. So just give me a second to play the video.
Welcome to Enactus. Enactus is the largest experiential learning platform dedicated to engaging the next generation of entrepreneurial leader to use innovation and business principles to improve the world. The competition today reflects the culmination of a full year of work and a critical part of Enactus programming. We hope your participation today will inspire you and inspire your engagement in our work throughout the year. As in business, we believe that competition encourages innovation. For Enactus, this means more lives impacted every day. Thus, your role today is critical. Today, you'll be judging 1 league of Enactus teams. Teams were asked to submit a video up to 12 minutes in length to present their projects and results to you. They also prepared a written report to supplement the video. For each team in your league, you should take time to read through their written report and then view their video presentation. In some rounds of competition, this may be paired with a question and answer period. The single question you will apply today to make your best judgment for team presentations is which Enactus team most effectively demonstrated entrepreneurial leadership to drive business and innovation for sustainable positive impact to benefit people, planet, and prosperity within the last year. A few additional points to keep in mind. Process. Teams should conduct needs assessments and effectively state...
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm sorry about this, but we needed to take the video again. I saw a few comments that the video wasn't playing initially. And so I wanted us to just start, all of us to get a chance to see the video from the very beginning. So Tade, can you start the video all over again?
Welcome to Enactus. Enactus is the largest experiential learning platform dedicated to engaging the next generation of entrepreneurial leader to use innovation and business principles to improve the world. The competition today reflects the culmination of a full year of work and a critical part of Enactus programming. We hope your participation today will inspire you and inspire your engagement in our work throughout the year. As in business, we believe that competition encourages innovation. For Enactus, this means more lives impacted every day. Thus, your role today is critical. Today, you'll be judging one league of Enactus teams. Teams were asked to submit a video up to 12 minutes in length to present their projects and results to you. They also prepared a written report to supplement the video. For each team in your league, you should take time to read through their written report and then view their video presentation. In some rounds of competition, this may be paired with a question and answer period. The single question you will apply today to make your best judgment for team presentations is which Enactus team most effectively demonstrated entrepreneurial leadership to drive business and innovation for sustainable positive impact to benefit people, planet, and prosperity within the last year. A few additional points to keep in mind. Process. Teams should conduct needs assessments and effectively state and align their project purpose with their needs assessment. Time. Some projects you will see today have been developed and implemented over multiple years. It is the team's responsibility to provide you with the progress made specifically within the last year, and your evaluation should focus solely on that 1 year period. Collaboration. It is not uncommon for teams to collaborate with other organizations on projects. Teams should clearly state who they worked with, define their role, and report the degree of impact they can legitimately take credit for, and they should be evaluated accordingly. Location. Teams are encouraged to address needs within their home country or to collaborate with other Enactus teams where possible if they choose to work internationally. Your focus should be on the sustainable, positive impact of the project, regardless of the location. And finally, presentation quality. Please remember to look beyond video quality and focus your evaluation on the content and information teams are presenting. Due to the current global health crisis, teams' access to resources and skill sets are being stretched. So while teams must effectively communicate what they have done, please keep in mind this is not a competition about flashy videos. It is one about impact. In a moment, you will see the teams, presentations, and materials that you'll be judging. You'll be able to click and read through their written report, and when you're ready, click to watch their presentations. The platform also allows you to save your work and log back in later if necessary. After watching the presentation, you will rate each team in the 4 scoring areas, giving them 1 to 5 stars, 1 being insufficient and 5 being excellent. You will also notice an open feedback text window for each team. Please take a moment to fill this out, as it will go to the team to support their learning and help drive impact. After you've evaluated all the teams, your screen will reveal your total ratings, which you will then use to rank the teams from first to last. Please note that no ties are allowed in the system. Now you're ready to get started. By serving as a judge, you are making a meaningful contribution to the development of Enactus students worldwide. Your insight will shape their future. So thank you for your time, your willingness to give back in this powerful way, and your continued support of Enactus. Now, please read through the judge's oath, click accept, and enjoy.
Okay, so welcome back. So there goes the orientation video. it is a very brief video that highlights the process for this year and going forward also. For those of you who are veteran judges, the only difference you would have noticed is the platform now being used. So moving on, and we will look at some of the components of the judging criterion further down. But moving on now, a very quick note. We recognize that as a result of the restrictions and movement throughout the country and the risk of contracting or spreading the coronavirus has limited project implementations, and teams have not been able to implement projects the way they should. Teams have not been able to record the kind of results that they usually would have recorded. And therefore, we are bringing this to your attention as judges, that whilst it is important to focus on the results that the students have achieved in this period, in the last 1 year or more, it is also important for us to be mindful of the fact that owing to COVID-19, the community engagement and project implementation, the way it should have been done, may not have been done. And therefore, let us pay attention to the results, but also let us focus on other very important things. Issues like the solution that students have created, how relevant is it in view of the problems that they are seeking to solve? How sustainable is it? Does it have the potentials to become a sustainable social enterprise? Because at the end of the day, what we want to do is to be able to transition these projects into social enterprises. So these are some of the things we want judges to also focus on whilst paying attention to the results. The results recorded thus far. So very quickly, we will look at the key components of the judging criterion, and I'm talking about entrepreneurial leadership, innovation, the use of business principles, sustainable positive impact. Now, for entrepreneurial leadership, for those who are not new to the judging process, and even for the new ones, essentially we're looking at the ability of the Enactus team to identify a challenge in their community. But beyond that, their ability to also identify the opportunities around that problem or the challenge that they have identified. And then, to what extent are they able to leverage those opportunities, take advantage of those opportunities to solve the problem in their communities? Again, they would demonstrate this by the projects they have created, how they've gone about implementing the project, how they've gone about managing the risks, particularly even at this time of COVID-19. What risks did they had to overcome? How did they manage all of those? And how were they able to manage change in that community to implement that project? So key things to note will be the ability to identify a real problem, and then the ability to identify the opportunities therein, and how they were then able to attempt to take advantage of those opportunities to address the problem that they have so identified. The next key thing is the innovation. Again, for us, innovation is in two ways. To what extent is a team able to demonstrate that they created a completely new innovation, something that is novel and has never been seen before? Have they been able to demonstrate that their innovation is completely new? Or if it is an existing innovation, the team must be able to demonstrate what they did differently, to improve the existing idea, existing technology, or innovation or methodology, as the case may be. So innovation speaks to those two issues. Is it a new thing? Is it an improved system? If it is an improved system, to what extent did you improve it? What can you take ownership for in that whole process of improving the system? Now, the use of business principles is the crux of the judging criterion this year and going forward, because we want to be able to transition projects into sustainable businesses. Therefore, the Enactus students have been trained to apply sound business models, sound business practices and principles to be able to implement the project such that that project or social enterprise is able to generate sufficient funds to cover its own operational costs. But clearly, a team that is able to implement or apply a business model that enables it to generate far more funds than it requires for operation so that they are able to have some savings and expand the project, such a team will have an advantage clearly. So again, it comes down to, is a team able to implement such a business model or integrate such a business model into the innovation or the solution they have created, such that the project or social enterprise is able to generate sufficient income to cover its operational costs so that they do not need to seek funding, to seek from the school management, from partners, or from anyone else. The project can sustain itself. And then the fourth thing to consider is the sustainable impact. Again, the team is required to demonstrate to what extent there will be a positive impact, a positive lasting impact on people, the environment, and society at large. Now, the impact of this project must be a positive impact on people, planet, or environment, and society at large. So the team is required to demonstrate in their presentation how, by implementing this social enterprise or this project, they are able to make a significant positive impact that addresses both people and society and even the planet, as the case is. And so these are the key elements of the judging criterion, and it is on the basis of these elements or components that you as a judge will score and rank each of the teams. It is on the basis of this that you will score and rank each of the teams that you'll be judging, either whether in the opening round, in the semi-final round, or in the final round of the competition. Now, here is the tricky part, because the judging process has completely changed this year owing to the online platform that we're going to use. So in the next few minutes, talk quickly about the judging process, what each judge must do. Okay, so to enable us do this, go online with the national competition this year, we have two platforms, Launchpad 6 platform and the Webinar Jam platform as well. So you have all interacted with both of these platforms since we started using them. Now, the Launchpad 6 platform is a leading online contest platform that we have adopted for this purpose, but it has a limitation. It does not allow for a two-way audiovisual interaction. And for those of you who have judged before, you will realize that the Q&A session of during the national competition is a very critical one, because it enables you, the judge, to gain clarity about what the students have done, the kind of impact they've made, the innovation they have introduced, and all of that. And on the basis of that, you are able to make an informed decision as to which team is first place or which team is last place. So it helps you to make your decision. However, Launchpad 6 is designed in such a way that you can only go in there and score without interacting with the students, at least not a live interaction. And therefore, we decided that because it is an important, because the Q&A is an important part of the national competition, we decided to also integrate the Webinar Jam platform to it. Now, the Webinar Jam platform, of course, is what we are using now to have this interaction, and it provides us several opportunities. And one of them is that it allows us to connect the judges and the students together for a live Q&A session. So we are going to have the videos played to you, and I'll talk about this further later on in the presentation. But suffice to say at this time that when you have reviewed the video for each of the students, each of the team, there will be a Q&A session. At that time, the judge who has a question or who needs further clarity will indicate that they want to ask a question by simply clicking on the hand icon you see on the screen. And once you click on that, the administrator will grant you access to speak so that you can ask your question as a judge. By this time, a student from the team would already have been invited into the room so that as soon as you to respond and the whole world is able to see this student responding to your question, just as they saw you asking the question, because all of these will be streamed live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So the Webinar Jam platform allows us to achieve that purpose, to achieve the Q&A session, and this is why I'm so excited about the Webinar Jam platform. Now, moving on the day of the competition, talking about judges setup now, and this is very critical. It is important for each judge to log on to the Launchpad 6 platform using your login details that you already have. By now, you should have received an email from the system with a password reset button or link. If you have not received that, please send us an email immediately after this meeting so that we can make sure that you are set up for that day. So using those login details, you will log on to Launchpad 6 platform and minimize it on your laptop or your desktop as the case may be. Please, as much as possible, avoid using a mobile phone because you will not get the full essence of the event if you use a mobile. You may not get the full essence of the event if you use a mobile phone. So we expect that you will minimize the Launchpad 6 platform on your laptop or desktop, and then we will provide you the login link to that particular league that you'll be judging on Webinar Jam. So you will also open up that platform and have both of them on your laptop or your desktop. Now, once you log into the Launchpad 6 platform, you will first be required to accept the judge's oath, and I will take you through that very soon. You'll accept the judge's oath, after which it's just a click, just click on to accept the oath, and after which Enactus Nigeria will play the videos for you, the pre-recorded presentation video from the Enactus team. So each team has submitted pre-recorded videos, and I'm sure that those of you that have gained access to the Launchpad platform would have seen some of those videos and even watched them. Yeah, so those videos, at that point in time, Enactus Nigeria will play the videos one after the other. Now, after each presentation, the judge will have the chance to ask questions, and then the students will also have the chance to respond to the question, and this will be in real time. To ask a question, as I have stated earlier, as a judge, you will only need to indicate by clicking on this icon, and then the league coordinator or league administrator will notice that and give I think there was some technical issues, and so I was disconnected for a moment. I apologize for that, but that has been addressed again. That was internet connectivity fluctuation and all that. So, so moving on. So we'll have the Q&A session, as I've explained, and now to the scoring process. After each team's presentation, say Team A, remember I mentioned that we will first play you the video on the Webinar Jam platform. We'll play you the video on the Webinar Jam platform. Now, after each team's presentation has been played via the Webinar Jam platform, the judges will be required to then, and after the Q&A session for that particular team has held, the judges will then be required to go on to the Launchpad 6 platform, where they are able to score and rank the team. Now, when you score each of the teams, the system will automatically rank the team based on the score that you have given each team. The Launchpad 6 platform will automatically rank them. But then again, you have the chance as a judge, after all the 5 teams have, or 4 teams as the case may be, after we've played all the videos and you've reviewed them, you have the chance as a judge to then go back and look at the overall ranking. You can make a decision to say, no, Team A is ranked first here, but I think Team D should have been first, and then you make a correction. The system allows you to make corrections just the way you would have if it was an in-person competition. So again, you will have a chance to go back and check and make the necessary adjustments if required, and then before you finally submit your final ranking. All of the things I have just explained, I'm going to take a moment to play a quick video and that explains everything and takes you through the Launchpad 6 platform from the moment you log in to the moment where you go through you review the annual reports and review the video presentation and then make your ranking. So in a moment, I will share my screen and you'll be able to see that video quickly.
This is a screencast to show you what the judges. London.
Okay, so okay, I'm trying to get back to the slides. Okay, so we're back on now, and that's a brief explanation of what the judging process will look like, including the video. But you'll notice that in the video, the lady spoke about reviewing the presentations on the Launchpad 6 platform, but we will not exactly do that. What we have designed is such that all the judges in a particular league connect together via Webinar Jam at the same time and then watch the video within a specific time limit. That is why Enactus Nigeria will play the video online for that particular league, and all the judges there will be able to view the video and then have the opportunity to ask the questions during the Q&A session within that same platform on the day of the event. Yeah, so oh really? So okay. Oh, okay. I see from your comments that the video did not play very well. Poor visual and no audio. Okay, so I didn't pay attention to the comments earlier on, but this is, so I hear all of that. This is fine, no problems. What we will do immediately after this call, we will share the link to the video to all of you, and you all can watch that particular video at any point in time. So immediately after this call, within 10 minutes of this call, you will receive the email with the link, and so you can actually view it on your own. What happened was I was playing it from my screen and sharing the screen, and for whatever reason, it didn't play very well. So apologies about that, but I'll share the link immediately after. Let me just type that in. Yeah, so I see all the comments. So I'm going to share the link immediately after the training. My apologies. Actually, a few people tried to call me during the time, but I couldn't take the call at that time. Okay, so let's talk conflict of interest. As always, real or imagined conflict of interest threaten the very integrity of the competition process. Therefore, we try to eliminate it as much as possible. And I will share a slide that contains the list of the teams and the leagues they belong to, especially for opening round judges. This is the standing for opening round judges. And so that you can take a quick look at it and let us know via email immediately after this call if you believe that you will have conflict of interest. And you will have conflict of interest if you are an alumnus of the particular team in your league, or you're a parent of a child in that university, or you're a member of the business advisory board, or you support the team in one way or the other, and you believe that you will be conflicted judging that particular team. Please let us know via an email immediately after this call so that we can then move you to another league that you will be more comfortable with. So here is a slide that has all the teams and all the leagues and the teams. And this draw is for opening round only. So if you're an opening round judge on this call, please take a moment to look at this and let us know which of these institutions you will have a problem with, so that we can ensure that you are not in this league. We have already distributed you to the different leagues. So if you let us know where you will have a conflict, we'll just move you from one league to the other. Okay, so I think, yeah, so now we'll be going to Q&A session, but I'll not give this on the screen. So there are two ways. If anyone has a question from this minute, my eyes will be glued to the chat room, the comments session. You can either text in, send in your question via. Okay, so I see a question already. And Satu says, I don't know my league. Yes, just let us know. At this point, you don't know, but you will know over the weekend. So just let us know via an email and Satu which of these teams you are affiliated to. That is, if there is any. And if you, and Satu, you're a final round judge, you don't have a problem with this conflict of interest resolution, really. Final round judges and semi-final round judges, you don't have a problem with this. This appearing on the screen pairing yet, but we know all the teams competing at opening round. Let's take a moment and let us know if you'll be conflicted with universities area. And if I were a judge, and if Ahmadu Bello University's area was one of the competing teams, I would have seen which league the team belongs to, say Sahara Foundation League. And I will simply send an email that says, I cannot be a judge in Sahara Foundation League because I have an affiliation with a particular team of that institution. And I mean, a particular team in that league. So what we will do thereafter will be to move you from that particular league to another league, if you're already there. And if you're not there, then we'll just leave it out like that. Okay, so we can take questions in two ways, and we can allow for comment also. So if you just want to ask a question by typing it in, you're welcome to do that. However, if you want to speak in form of asking your question, you're also welcome to do that. All you have to do is to click on the speak icon that is like the hands like this on the screen, and you'll be allowed to speak. Oh, okay, someone said we should read out the names of the teams in each league. Okay, so let me quickly do that. In Sahara Foundation League, you have Kaduna State University. Again, Sahara Foundation League, you have Kaduna State University, Federal University of Technology, Akure, Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and University of Ibadan. Or better still, immediately after this call, we will send this slide to you again as along with the link that we're going to send initially. We will send this slide to you so you can take a quick look at it before then. Okay. Yes, I see a question from Yan. Yan says, will there be a chat group for purpose of asking questions for technical assistance? Yes, there will be someone assigned to each league, and that person will engage with you on the morning of the competition. And so that, the person will engage with all the judges in a particular league at the same time, just like you will have the league coordinator. And so that person will be able to address any sort of issues that may occur, that may come up at that time. But those individuals will be introduced to you on the day of the event before we get started. I see another question. Will the judges have an opportunity to interact before and after the judging process? Yes, the judges will have the opportunity to interact during the Q&A session by asking questions. But if you mean judges to share notes during the judging process, no, we will, that opportunity will not be provided for judges to share notes and have those kind of interactions. However, as a judge, you want to ask a question, you'll be given the opportunity to do that. Someone asked a question about how long do we have for team ranking. The process of team ranking is very easy. By the time I send you the link to the video and you watch it, you will see how seamless it is. And so the period for scoring a particular team will be between 5 and 10 minutes, not more than 10 minutes for each to score each team. As a matter of fact, you would need less than 5 minutes once you have seen the video and you are comfortable with the video. You will have less than 5 minutes to then score the team. I saw one of the judges in the room briefly. Utibe, are you here? Okay. So there's a comment about the video, a particular video on the platform not being very audible. We will thank you for that feedback, Ronald. We will look at that and address it. However, we have stated earlier on that the video you will watch on the day may not necessarily be the video on the platform. We will play the video for you because we want all the judges in a particular league A, for instance, to view the videos at the same time. Therefore, we will play the video for you through Webinar Jam and you will all see. So all the judges in that league, in that particular league, will be able to view those videos one after the other before making their scoring decision on the Launchpad 6 platform. So, yeah, so that is the way it's going to be. But then again, we will go back and take a second look at that particular video you spoke about, Ronald, and we'll address it and also be sure that we don't have those problems with other videos. Okay, an opening round judge is asking that, can you know which league you are assigned to? The link that you already have to the Webinar Jam platform can only take you to your league. All right. So if you click on that league, the link that has been sent to you, if you click on it, it will take you to the league where you will be judging. You will only see the videos of the teams in your league. You cannot see the videos of the teams in other leagues. So once you get there, you will see the list of the videos, the names of the institutions you'll be judging, and then you can let us know afterwards. Just follow the link it will take you to a particular league where you will be judging. Okay. Okay, one of the judges has asked a question that should we make a note about judges refraining from applauding a particular team or overly, getting them excited. Indeed, what the platform does is that you cannot even speak unless you are given access to speak as a judge. And so I guess what you're saying is, in the process of asking questions, judges should be reminded not to overly applaud the team. And so that's absolutely correct. Thank you, Emeka. That will be addressed again on the day of the event by the league coordinators. Okay, so someone asked the question if an invite has been sent for the 20th. Yes, if you're a final round judge, you have received an invite, you have accepted to be a judge, that is why you're on this call. It's either you received an invite or you registered on our website to say that you want to serve as a judge. Okay. So I think I have gone through all of the questions here. Please feel free to click on the hand icon if you want to make a comment and make an observation also. That is, someone just indicated that they want to speak. Okay. I think we have a judge in the room. Please go ahead, Mrs. Ifedi.
Thank you, Michael. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Michael. I think this has been a very interesting opportunity to see how Enactus has pivoted to do this. I think it's important for you to sort through the, just give us a quick overview of what is expected. So this is just the judge's orientation. And though the video ended by saying that we should move on to scoring, obviously scoring is not today. The first round is on a specific date. Final round is on a specific date, and on those days when we show up, we will be showing up online by clicking the website, and certain things will happen when we show up, and people will be there to guide you through the process. So I think it'd be nice if you summarize by allowing us to understand that on such a date, first round will happen, and this is what will happen when you log in, so that we sort of have a clear picture together all the things you've been talking to us about in the last few minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So you're absolutely correct, and I apologize if there were any mix-ups. So this session is just the judge's orientation to introduce you to the platforms we'll be using on the day, 19th and the 20th of this month, which is Wednesday and Thursday next week. The judge's orientation video that we play was supposed to provide you insight as to how the judging process would take place. However, towards the end, the lady speaking did mention that the next stage will be to begin the judging process itself. But we are playing the video ahead of time, so you are not expected to do any judging today. Now, the competition is for 2 days. There is the opening round, which will take place in the morning of the 19th of August. And then there is the semi-final and the final round, which will both take place on the 20th of August, on Thursday next week. For the 19th, all 18 teams that I indicated earlier will be competing. At this stage, on the 19th, all these teams that you have on the screen now will be competing in these leagues. Now, just like we have a physical, during the physical event or the in-person competition, just like we have 4 different leagues or 5 different leagues as the case may be, where different teams belong to and judges have to judge in one particular league or the other. In the same manner, we have created that platform online so that some judges can only judge in the opening round, and even in the opening round, you can only judge in a particular league. And we have 4 leagues in the opening round. We have the Sahara Foundation League, we have the Microsoft League, we have the Sovereign Trust Insurance League, and then we have the ACT Foundation League. As a judge, you will only gain access to one of these 4 leagues. As an opening round judge, you will only gain access to one of these 4 leagues. The system has generated the link, and we have sent that link to you for you to, that is the password reset link, for you to now create your own password. You will use the link sent to you to access the platform, but then to log in, you will need to put in your own password that you have created at this point. And if you still haven't created that password, please let us know so that we can send the link to you again and make sure that you are able to do that. Now, on the 19th, opening round judges will be distributed into each of these leagues. As we have already distributed you. As a matter of fact, if you click on the link that you have now, it will take you to one of these 4 leagues. You cannot access to any of these 2 of these leagues, only 1 league. That's because we have assigned you to that particular league. Now, when you arrive there on the 19th morning as an opening round judge, you will also be required to open your Webinar Jam platform using the link that we will provide to you as well. Now, once you log into the Webinar Jam platform, just like you can see me, you will see the Enactus team and a few of the judges in that league as yourself and the league coordinator. The league coordinator will make the announcement to say the competition is about to begin. All judges, please pay attention to the videos that will be played to you now. The league coordinator will be responsible for playing the videos to you. You have don't worry yourself about going to the Launchpad 6 platform to go and watch the videos that are there already. But you will watch the video on the Webinar Jam platform played by the administrator from our office. Each video will last about 12 minutes or less. After each video presentation, we will create the room for a Q&A session, which will be about 5 minutes. Now, the students from the team whose video you have just watched will be in that Webinar Jam call as well. So when you as a judge ask a question, first you will indicate that you want to ask a question, and the administrator of the league will grant you access to speak so that you can then ask your question. When you ask your question, the students will have heard you, and the students will respond to your question, and then another judge can then ask their own questions, and the students will respond as well. So we'll go through that until their 5 minutes for Q&A session is over. When the 5 minutes for Q&A session is over, at that point, we will then go to Launchpad 6, where you are able to score that particular team at that time. So you are able to score the team at that time. We'll give about 5 to 10 minutes for you to score the team. When that is done, the league administrator will remind you that it is now time to watch the second presentation. So everyone will now go to the the Webinar Jam platform, just like this, where the second video will be played. Again, when the video is played, you have opportunity for Q&A, and then you have opportunity to go back to Launchpad and call that team. Notice that there will either be 4 teams or 5 teams in your league, depending on which of these leagues you belong to. Now, depending on how you score each of these teams in the league, the system, the Launchpad 6 system will rank them, because using the rating that you provided, it will rank them first, second, third, fourth, fifth. 2 things. Number 1, the system can give you a tie rating. As a judge, you cannot have a tie, so you will have to break the tie based on your convictions, having seen all the videos. So you will make that decision as an individual judge to break the tie. That's one. On the other hand, even if there are no ties, but you feel like you may have overscored a particular team over the other, you have the opportunity to make necessary corrections so that the system will readjust what you have done, just like you would have done if it were an in-person competition. At the end of the day, the teams you have judged will be ranked. Once you click on the final submit button on the Launchpad 6 platform on the day, we will receive your ranking decision as an individual judge. So we're going to receive for all of you. We will receive that information at the back end. Using that information, just the way you have ranked them, working with the score verifiers from KPMG, and there will be one score verifier attached to each league. Now, working with the score verifiers, we will ensure that the ranking, as you have provided them as a judge, are applied to the scoring grid. And then the scoring grid will aggregate all the ranking from all the individual judges in that particular league to do the final ranking of all the teams that have competed in that league to determine first, second, third, fourth, or fifth for that league. So this is the process, how it will play out on the on both days, 19th and 20th of August. That's Wednesday and Thursday next week. But opening round again is for the 19th, which is Wednesday, starting at 9 a.m. I will encourage you to log in like 30 minutes before and settle in so that when we can actually get started at 9 a.m. All of us, because there will be some tests, microphone tests and all that. So it will be nice if all judges can actually log in between 8:30 and 8:45 to that day. And then on the next day, which is the semi-final round and the final round day, we will have the semi-final round starting off at 9 a.m. as well. Sorry, the semi-final round starting off at 9 a.m. And we will go through the same process. In this case, there will only be 2 leagues in the semi-final round. So you either belong to the KPMG League or the Coca-Cola League for semi-final round. So we'll have that session just the way I've described it for the opening round. And then later in the afternoon, the final round judges will assemble again at about 12:30, when we will have the final presentation for that. So no judge has been assigned to any 2 leagues. You are either an opening round judge, in which case you'll be judging on the 19th of August, which is on Wednesday next week, or you're a semi-final round judge, in which case you'll be judging on the Thursday by 9 a.m., or the final round judge, in which case you'll be judging by Thursday at about 12:30 p.m. I'm hoping that this summary is clear and causing no confusion whatsoever. So again, you'll be using 2 platforms, the Webinar Jam platform that we are all using now, and we integrated it into the system so that we create opportunity for Q&A. Then the second platform is the Launchpad 6 platform, which you have already gained access to. Most of you have gained access to it. A lot of people have sent me emails to say that you've seen some of the videos and all of that. So 2 platforms, and that's how we're going to work with both of them to achieve our purpose on the day. Any other questions? And thank you, Mrs. Efedi, for your observation. Any other questions? So I see a question, how will judges interact with the administrator? So just like I am on this call, the administrator will always be on the call like this. And you can either send a chat to the administrator or you can speak to the administrator as well. Yeah, Mr. Emmanuel, I hope I've answered the question. Tokumbo is saying, can I ask in chat or speak? Whichever, you can ask by typing it in, or you can indicate to speak and you'll be granted access to speak. Okay. I see some of your comments. Yes, you will receive a one-pager step by step again. It is true that we'll send you a series of messages, emails, documents, and all that. So between today and Monday, you will definitely receive a one-pager, at most 2-page documents that provide step-by-step process and what you need to do at every point in time to be able to connect and be part of the judging process. Okay. Okay, so I don't see any much question here anymore. So if there's no more questions, it means that we are gaining clarity and we can begin to round up this meeting. But we have taken note of the need to provide you a document, a one-page or at most 2-page document that provides step-by-step guide on how to be part of this and successfully serve as a judge either on the 19th or the 20th, depending on whether you're an opening round judge, semi-final round judge, or a final round judge. Okay, in the absence of any other question, I would like to say a big thank you to all of you for creating the time to be part of this. Like I mentioned earlier on, this is an uncharted path for us as well. And over the past few months, we have had to change strategy and, rework our plan and all that. And I'm very confident that we will have a successful event on Wednesday and Thursday next week. Also, to let you know that even though you are not, if you're not judged on a particular day, because the event will be broadcast on all social media platforms, it will be streamed live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Please log on to our website and follow us on all social media platforms so that even if you are not judging on a particular day, you can still follow the event. And indeed, we have other exciting activities that will be taking place during the national competition, including the Innovation Summit. And this year, we will be speaking on the issue of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Prior to this time, we were at the fringes of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, but COVID-19, in my view, has now pushed us into the heart of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And the world is changing very quickly too. However, young people in this part of the world and the rest of Africa, if you like, I worry that are not, abreast of what is happening in terms of the technological changes that are happening as a result of the fourth industrial revolution and how that impacts us. So we'll be having an innovation summit on the 19th, during which we'll be talking about speaking to this issue and preparing the students, the young people around the country and around Africa really, about how they can best prepare themselves for the changes that are imminent and to remain relevant and to be able to succeed in the future. So please follow us on social media, follow us on our website, on all our social media platforms. If you do not know our social media platforms, please log on to our website, www.enactus.org.ng, and then you will gain access to all our social media platforms, including our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay, thank you all. Okay, so I just saw a question now. Okay. Okay, Tokumbo, we will address this. I'm just seeing this now. My email invite says semi-final round judge with the dates August 20th. Okay, Tokumbo, you are a semi-final round judge and you will be judging on the 20th in the morning, 9 a.m. In any case, the link sent to you will take you straight to your league room and for the correct league room. But just for clarity, you'll be judging, if you can hear me, you'll be judging on the 20th as a semi-final round judge. Okay. Yes, I see a question again. Will the finalists be uploaded on the 19th so we can review beginning the judging? Yes, once we know the finalist teams, once we know the teams that will be competing in the final round, and we will know this by the evening of the 19th, immediately we will upload them on the final round league so that all final round judges will be able to access them and view them ahead of the event itself on the 20th. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for taking time to be part of this. We deeply appreciate your commitment to Enactus and to the development of Nigerian youth. We look forward to having a very successful event come next week. And we're counting on you to make it successful. Please remember to log in at about 8:30, and so that, especially for opening round judges on Wednesday the 19th, and for semi-final round judges as well, please log in like 30 minutes ahead of time so that we can put to test all of the system and make sure that you're good to go. Thank you all again, and do have a great weekend ahead of you. Bye-bye.